Gentlemen, what if I told you there are 5 undeniable facts that prove your wife might be cheating, and you've missed every single one? These aren't just theories. They're clear, cold truths that you can no longer ignore. If you've been feeling something's off, you're probably right, but these facts will show you exactly why. Watch closely, because once you know what to look for, you'll never miss the signs again. Before we dive in, hit that subscribe button, like this video, and tell me, what city are you watching from? Let's see who's paying attention. Fact 1. The shift in communication patterns. She's more distant and vague. If your wife has suddenly become distant and vague in her communication, it's a clear sign something has changed. She used to share everything with you, from the small details of her day to her emotions, but now she offers short, disinterested responses. When you ask how her day went, the answer is usually a flat fine, or it was okay, with no follow-up or interest in discussing it further. What's even more telling is when you try to talk about something meaningful, and she quickly shifts the conversation or avoids it entirely. It's almost like she's going through the motions without any real emotional investment. You ask questions, but she gives one-word answers or becomes defensive, as if you're asking too much. Her ability to open up to you has diminished, and her walls are getting higher. It's not just about being busy or tired. This emotional shutdown is deliberate. She's pulling away, and it's no longer just about the physical space. It's an emotional distance that's hard to bridge. When she's emotionally detached, even the simplest interactions become awkward. You'll notice how much effort she puts into avoiding eye contact, or how little she engages when you talk. This sudden shift is one of the clearest signs that something isn't right. It's not just a phase, it's a pattern. And the truth is, her emotional disengagement could be due to someone else. But this is just the first fact. The next one will reveal even more about her hidden life. Stay tuned. Fact 2. The increased secrecy. She's hiding her phone and social media. One of the most obvious signs that something is off in your relationship is her sudden obsession with privacy, particularly around her phone and social media. You used to be able to freely see her texts, social media posts, or even use her phone if needed. Now, she's more protective than ever. She's keeping her phone face down when it's on the table, quickly locking it when you approach, or even changing her passwords without explanation. When you ask about her social media activity, she becomes defensive, quickly shifting the topic or brushing off your concerns with phrases like, "It's just a friend," or "Why do you care about my messages?" This defensive behavior isn't just about protecting her privacy, it's about hiding something. She's creating barriers to keep you from seeing who she's talking to or what she's posting online. Her online interactions are no longer open for discussion. You notice she's suddenly more active on social media, but you're left out of the loop, not included in any posts or tags. She might even block or unfriend people you don't know, and you're left wondering why she's going to these lengths. This secrecy is a clear attempt to hide her connections with someone else. She's trying to keep her emotional or even physical affair under wraps, and the phone is the perfect tool to do so. This level of secrecy is deeply concerning, but it's not the only sign she's hiding something. The next fact will reveal how she's distancing herself emotionally. Stay with me. Fact 3. The physical withdrawal. She's no longer interested in being close. If your wife is suddenly avoiding physical closeness, this is a major red flag. Physical affection is one of the most significant ways to maintain a connection in a relationship, and when that begins to fade, it often signals something deeper. The simple gestures, holding hands, kissing, or even cuddling, are now absent, and she's no longer initiating closeness like she used to. At first, you might think it's a phase or chalk it up to stress, but over time, you start to notice a pattern. When you try to get closer, she either pulls away or acts uninterested. You might even hear excuses like, "I'm too tired," "I just don't feel like it," or "maybe later." These excuses become frequent, and the more you ask, the more distant she becomes. The truth is, when a woman stops being physically affectionate, it's usually a sign of emotional withdrawal. She may no longer feel emotionally connected to you, and this lack of physical closeness is her way of distancing herself. It's often easier for someone to emotionally check out when they've already begun to detach physically. What's worse is when you try to talk about it, she might dismiss your concerns, telling you that it's not a big deal or that you're overreacting. This lack of concern for your needs is a clear indication that she's no longer invested in the relationship. But this physical withdrawal is just one way she's distancing herself. The next fact will reveal a far more emotional and revealing shift. Stay tuned. Fact 4. The excuses for being late. Her schedule is suddenly full of gaps. One of the most telling signs that something isn't right is when her schedule starts to become unpredictable, and she's constantly late or making excuses for her whereabouts. You used to know exactly where she was, but now she's always running late or caught up with something unexpected. The more you ask, the less she gives you, and the answers are always vague: work ran late, or a friend needed me. These are common excuses, but over time, they start to feel rehearsed. What makes this even more suspicious is how she gets defensive when you ask for specifics. Instead of offering a simple explanation, she might snap back with, "Why do you always need to know where I am?" Or, "Can't you just trust me?" This change in behavior suggests that she's hiding something, and her unwillingness to be transparent is a big red flag. When these last-minute plans and vague answers become routine, it's clear that she's making time for something or someone that doesn't involve you. She's avoiding being fully accountable for her time, and the more you notice, the more you begin to feel like she's not being honest with you. What's even worse is that she might start using these excuses to escape quality time with you, often suggesting that she needs time for herself or that she's just too busy. This pattern of late arrivals and unclear explanations is a direct sign she's hiding something. The next fact will reveal something far more unsettling that could change everything you think you know. Stay with me. Fact 5. The emotional distance. She's mentally checked out. One of the clearest signs that your wife is emotionally disconnecting from you is when she starts becoming distant in her thoughts and actions. You might notice that she no longer takes an interest in your daily life or the things that used to excite her about being with you. When you try to engage in meaningful conversations, she either shuts you down or gives minimal responses. Her focus is elsewhere, and you're no longer her priority. You'll find that she's no longer as supportive, engaged, or present in your relationship. When you talk about things that matter to you, whether it's work, family, or future plans, she seems uninterested or distracted. It's like you're talking to someone who's physically there, but emotionally absent. Instead of offering comfort or advice, she'll often say things like, "That's nice," or "I don't know what you want me to say." Her emotional withdrawal often shows itself in how she handles issues with you. She's not quick to resolve conflicts or show empathy anymore. Instead, she'll either brush things off, avoid confrontation, or even act irritated by your attempts to talk about serious matters. This mental disengagement is one of the most dangerous signs because it means she's already checked out emotionally. She's no longer emotionally invested in the relationship, and that's often the first step toward infidelity or deeper disconnection. See you in the next video.